2003, leaving, I used to work in Moore, and in 2003, May 8th, I almost got blown off the highway. So, and I started to take notice of the weather a lot then, you know, because coming from England, it's 75% dull, and, you know. So, yeah, during the day, I work as an RF engineer. I'm electrical engineer, I specialize in RF. I got into ham radio mainly for the social aspect, because I have to deal with this crap every day. So, yeah, I'd rather just have fun with it. I work for a company called Hadronic up in Oklahoma City. We design and build remote controls for industrial equipment, locomotives, cranes, all sorts of stuff. So anyway, I'm not here to talk about me. What am I really here for? This is the start of the real presentation. This is the handheld that everybody's got here. Well, that everybody's got in the world, really. The Baofeng UV5R. So, who's got one? Everybody on this side. Nobody likes them on this side. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, let's introduce the UV5R family. There's just a few of them. These are pretty much all identical in the inside, but there's millions of them. And I think they came out in about 2011, and I bought one in 2012, and immediately realized that it was incredibly quiet, and I couldn't figure out why. So I pulled it apart, and this right here, you do your microphone and your microphone drive and gain stage. What you can actually do, at first I linked out all of this, apart from the capacitor, just really changed the tone, but what you can actually do is you can disconnect this. This is the Vox activation transistor. You can actually disconnect this, feed the signaling back through that, use that for an extra gain stage, makes it nice and punchy. Probably non-compliant, but nice and punchy. The whole radio is built around this one chip. It does everything. It's the RDA1846. Like I said here, it does everything for you. You can only use that in crystal. You need a microcontroller, run some firmware to set the registers, and it does everything for you. Apart from that, you just need to add an audio amplifier, power amplifier, speaker, antenna, you know, that's your UV5. So I bought it in 2012 originally. It wasn't $25.99 then, it was 62 something, but I still thought it was a good deal. I ended up making a YouTube video and all sorts of stuff for how to modify the modulation circuit. I could have actually made a few $100s off of the views, and I got a lot of compliments and a lot of insults too. So I took it down. Enough of that, you know. It's like you put anything up on the internet, it's up there for anybody, you know. So yeah, you can't see it off the side there, but I posed this on the National Sky One forum. My question was, are these saving, for want of a better word, ham radio? You know, by making it more accessible and affordable to people who, you know, usually would think, oh, ham radio, you have to spend $1,500 at least, you know. So yeah, so let's take a look at some of the responses that I got. Oh, there's me. There's me and Amy. That was actually at the Sky One training with Galen a couple of years ago at the National Weather Service. So, yeah, where am I? Oh yeah, let's have a look at a couple of these responses to that post. That's pretty positive. There's nothing wrong with getting a cheaper radio at first, you know. And the guy's got a 2 meter years through Cambridge, thinks it's all right. Allows you to get into the hobby with a tech license, perform some basic radio comms, true. This guy thinks it's pretty cool. And my favorite, the useless Roger beep that's so annoying it's hard to stand. Crappy stock antenna and rubber ducks are bad on any radio, but these cheap radios take this to a whole new level of bad. So obviously it's not popular with everybody. There seems to be I don't know, there seems to be a number of different theories as to why.
Is this the guy that was mad about the Morse code stuff?
saw that. Yeah, that's not right. Why don't you teach something useful? Yeah, so yeah, they're everywhere, you know. So the receiver that overload when the wind blows. So yeah, so obviously we've got some concerns on the UV5R, or that sort of family. Spectral purity and harmonics and stuff like that. Type acceptance for part 97, that's another good one. FCC limits and etc. etc. Obviously, not everybody in here will know, but most of you will, about harmonics and what they are. You know, you're transmitting up there at 10 megahertz. There, you're going to have harmonics at pretty much multiples of them. And you know, why is that? Why is it important to kill the harmonics? Well, let's say we've got a really bad fifth harmonic on the radio. Everybody on 6 meters will be getting annoyed. So it's really important to keep the signal clean. Signal bandwidth and adjacent channel power. Why that's important. So guys on HF are used to this. You know, you're on one channel, the guy a few kilohertz up and he's bleeding all over you. You know, you've got his processing turned all the way up and his mic gain turned all the way up and the limiter's not working or he's overridden it in his radio. So, you know, so that's important. UV5R is a Part 90 certified radio, and there seems to be a lot of confusion on the internet as to whether you can use them legally on handbands. And as it says here, and if you look at the rules and condense them down, there's no requirement for certification or type acceptance involving the use of Part 90 commercial radios on the amateur bands, so long as it meets the spectral purity limits set forth in the amateur radio SEC rules, Part 97. So you're responsible for making sure that it doesn't, you know, take out the National Weather Service or the airport or something. So, worldwide use, it's interesting some of the reactions certain authorities have to these radios. In England, you can't use them on the PMR 466. In Australia, the AMCA is actively pursuing these things and confiscating them. I've had to go up against Australian and New Zealand compliance for a locomotive remote control earlier on this year, and it was a nightmare. They have if you think the FCC rules are tight, then you have the European, the ETSI and CE set of rules. Those are even tighter, and then it's like the Australians took those rules and just put them on steroids, and it's terrible. It's a nightmare. Anyway, can you use them on GMRS and FRS? And no, you cannot. That's a separate set of rules, and plus they're capable of output of more than 2 watts. So that throws them away there.
Question on that?
Yes, sir.
I thought you could be licensed to use these radios on one of those.
You can get a GMRS license, but it's not type accepted for use on GMRS.
Okay.
So you would have to get a radio that is type accepted. So I'm sure plenty of people are doing it. I'm not telling you go and do it, but you know, I'm sure plenty of people are using them all over the place. You know, they're ubiquitous. $25. So yeah, radios with no FCC ID. I've seen plenty of these too. If you find yourself drawn to one of those, I wouldn't bother. So, you know the conductive limits, which is the power at the antenna port, not including any cable loss or antenna gain. You can see the Part 90 on the left, Part 97 on the right. Let me see where I'm at here. Sorry, don't watch yourselves. Yeah. So, yeah, these are the conductive limits. So, it doesn't take it for granted. Oh, I've already said that. No. Anyway, so let's take a look at some bench test results. I took one of these up to work, and I was bored. So I put it on the spectrum analyzer. We have a Keysight N9000A CXA. It's a signal analyzer. It's a $46,000 piece of equipment, and it's calibrated and everything. So I thought I'd put it on there and see what happens. So I brought the UV5R up there. There's all the information. Power over the 2 meter band. Now this was going straight in. I basically had on the output of the analyzer, or the input of the analyzer rather, set up a bunch of adapters that allowed me to just screw it directly onto the front. And so these are straight in, there's no cable loss or anything. And as you can see, it's quite generous over the 2 meter band. We've got 6 watts practically here, you know, 5.7, 5.6. So it's pretty even power across the 2 meter band. On the 77 meter band, it's still pretty good. It's supposed to be a 4 watt radio. I mean, maybe I had a fluke. Maybe it's just bad quality control. That's the problem with the problem with these Chinese radios. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Problem with purity.
Yeah, well, 2 meter harmonics. I wish this was not cut off because it's interesting. According to the limits, you must be 25 microwatts is the maximum level for a harmonic, and it needs to be 40 dB below the carrier. Well, here's a display of the harmonics, and that's the fundamental, second, third, fourth, fifth harmonics. Interestingly enough, it failed. It's below minus 40 dB C, below the carrier. It passes that, but it unfortunately fails on the second and fourth harmonic, where it's over 25 microwatts. Not a great deal over, but it's still over. On 2 meter, on 77 meters, it's a little bit over on the third harmonic. These are conducted measurements, as I say. So, yeah, you know, what do you think? I don't know. It fails a little bit on some harmonics. I don't know. I don't think I want to be the radio police. There's been a lot of in-depth studies on these radios on the ARL. People at Ham Holiday, the RL guy, he's testing all your handhelds, see what he thinks. Everyone's getting obsessed with this spectral purity. I haven't seen those results, and these are just ones that I did. So I'm not trying to add to the database, or I'm not trying to be the radio police and say you can't use these, they're bad. That's the job of the FCC, not me. So you guys do what you want. So we have occupied bandwidth, which is how wide the signal is when it's modulating. This was not very scientific. I basically just keyed it up and blew into the mic. There was no, 1 kilohertz input signal. Nope. Just me blowing into the mic.
Sing a 1 kilohertz inch?
Nope. No. So yeah, occupied bandwidth for that signal, which is the 99% of the power is in between these 2 markers here. So it's 6.7 kilohertz, still pretty wide. The wide mode that everybody uses them on because they want to sound loud, because the more deviation, the more voltage that turns into in the receiver when it gets to the FM discriminator, so you sound louder. That's 10 kilohertz, a little bit more than 10 kilohertz. So, yeah, it's I think they're good for what they are, and I think I'm putting forth that are they good for ham radio, and there's 2 sides to that coin. It's the spectral purity side and the accessibility side. I think from an accessibility side, absolutely, it's will it get more people into it? Already has, and I think that's a good thing. It just depends on how legally they're not legal. At least that one. This is just a sample of one. I might have the bad one. I mean, like you saw, it's like 6 watts on 2 meters. Who knows? Anyway, onto the antenna. This is the stock antenna that comes with the UV5R. I think the ones that we have here are different. That's the UV5RT or the UV5R Plus. I'm not sure the ones that we're giving out.
T-Tango.
T-Tango. Yeah, it's a bit different. Looks a bit different. I put some pliers around this. Actually, no, I didn't. I screwed it into the radio and pulled that as hard as I could. I've got a scrappy radio that I've taken apart a million times. It just doesn't work anymore, so I use it for playing with. And inside, it looks like it's just a monopole. It has it interestingly enough. It has a loading coil here, and got some tuning components here. There's a variable capacitor here, a couple of capacitors here. So I'm assuming somebody puts it on a network analyzer or an antenna analyzer and factor in, tweaks that variable capacitor until it looks nice and then sends it away. Here's a close-up of the tuning components. A couple of 0603 SMT capacitors. I know everybody hates them in ham radio, or seems to be anyway, you know, everything's getting so small, I can't see it anymore. I'm getting that way now, actually. I used to think it was fine, but now I find myself at work giving it to one of the engineering techs and say, can you change that part for me? You know, it's getting, my eyes seem to slow down. I'll be looking at something and I'll look across the room and it takes like a second or two for it. I was like, oh no, what's happening? I'm getting old. Yeah, this was on a vector network analyzer that we have at work. It's an HP 8714ET with S parameter test set. This is the low, mid, and high point of the 2 meter band. So anything, well, what have I done here? Yeah, anything here that's 10 dB return loss, which is very, very close to a 2-to-1 SWR. So you can see, it don't look that impressive, yes, sir, yeah. It didn't look that great to me. Obviously, when you grab the connector and you move your hands around it, you know, it modified it, you know, theremin style. So, on the 70 centimeter side, I think it looked pretty good. I mean, it wasn't, you know, I mean, it pretty much below 10 dB return loss, 2-to-1 SWR band. I thought that was all right. There's an obsession with watts with these handhelds. When the BFHP F8 or whatever it's called came out, there's 8 watts and everyone's like, oh, gotta have one of those, it's gonna be great. You know, losing sight of the fact that the RF world's logarithmic and moving from 4 to 8 watts will get you a half an S unit on the other side, you know. So, yeah, there seems to be this obsession with watts. Interesting, if you look at this, it's a nice table I thought I'd put together. You've got 30 dBm, 1 watt, and you're giving someone S1 on the other side. To move to S2, you need to give them 4 watts. To move to S3, you need to give them 16 watts. To move them to S9, you need to give them 63,000 watts.
Those are calling sessions.
Right.
The 60 dBs.
Yes, sir, yeah. Yeah, right. So yeah, it's interesting. I love being on the internet, you know, and just watching all of this stuff. There's a lot of pseudoscience out there, yeah. Anyway, I have brought today this. It's a 6 gigahertz vector network analyzer. It's essentially, at its simplest use, you can run S11 on it, which is reflectivity. It's basically like an antenna analyzer on steroids. Feel free to plug, I've set it up, feel free to plug your HT antennas into it, see what you think. You know, you can grab the connector and see what effect ground, proximity ground and contact ground makes to the return loss of the antenna. We can put it on SWR or return loss, whatever you like. It's NIST traceable calibrated currently. It's not mine. It's $15,000. So if you break it, I'm just going to go back to England. So if you want me to go back? If you don't like me or something,
He probably already got the taste in his pocket.
just drop it. And it's cool. So anyway, that's all I got.
More important question is, do they know you have it?
Yes, they do. I was going to bring a spectrum analyzer too. It's a 7.5 gigahertz handheld spectrum analyzer, just so I could set it up and you could key a HT next to it and look at the harmonics radiated by your antenna. But the guys needed that this weekend, so I didn't bring it. But I brought this. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to my Indian dribble.